I remember exactly the moment she asked me to be her maid of honor. My best friend. We practically grew up attached at the hip, so when she made the invitation, it was impossible not to smile. It was one of those moments that looks small on the outside, but inside it shakes everything. From that point on, the phase every maid of honor knows began. Message groups buzzing, ideas for makeup, hair, shoes, color palettes, until we finally reached the most anticipated part, the dress. We scheduled a visit together to a charming little boutique. So many options, all of them beautiful. But in the middle of it all, there was one specific dress that stopped me. It was light pink, off the shoulders, with a soft flowing fit, nothing over the top. It honestly felt like it had been made for me.
Oh, and just before we go on, don't forget to leave a like, hit subscribe, and tap the bell to stay updated on all our transformation stories.
You know that piece you see and immediately imagine yourself wearing on the big day? That was it. I went straight to the fitting room, excited, already feeling like part of the ceremony, just by looking at myself in the mirror. And then, reality hit. The zipper would not close, not even if I forced it a little. The dress simply did not fit. I stood there in silence, holding the fabric against my body, trying to keep the excitement alive. It was not just about the dress. It confronted me in a way I did not expect. I did not cry, and I did not blame myself, but I suddenly realized I was standing in front of a choice, and that was where everything began. That day, I left the store quietly. Everyone was still excited, laughing, taking pictures, and of course, I smiled on the outside. But inside, all I could think about was how much I wanted to feel good in that dress. It was not about aesthetics or pleasing anyone else. It was about me. That was when I decided to do something, not in a rush, not in an extreme way, but with intention. I signed up for a gym near my place. I started paying attention again to what I ate, to my routine, to how many hours I slept. Things I already knew I needed to take care of, but had been neglecting for a long time. At the beginning, I will be honest, it was not easy. I was not exactly an active person, so every day felt like a challenge, but at the same time it felt different. Because I was not punishing myself, I was choosing myself. After a few weeks, I started noticing changes. Clothes fit differently, my energy improved, even my skin looked more alive. But the most important change was in my mind. I was no longer obsessed with the dress. Of course, it was still my goal, but now it was only part of something bigger. It represented a version of myself I wanted to meet. Stronger, more present, more connected to who I was. Then the comments started coming. You look slimmer. What a transformation. What is your secret? People noticed what was changing on the outside, but almost no one asked what was changing on the inside, and that was the most beautiful part of it all. A few weeks before the wedding, I went back to that same store, same place, same dress. I did not say a word to the saleswoman, I just asked to try it on again. This time, the zipper went up smoothly, without effort, without drama. It fit. But the most meaningful part of that moment was realizing, as I looked in the mirror, that I already felt good even before putting it on. The dress was just the final touch, because there I was, more confident, lighter, more whole. A lot of people think changing your body is just about vanity, but it is not always like that. Sometimes it is a reunion, with health, with self-esteem, with what you want to feel when you look at yourself. I did not change because of a dress, but it was that dress that made me stop and truly look at myself. And honestly, I am grateful for that, because that moment taught me that taking care of myself is not selfish, it is a form of respect. With the body I had before and the body I have now, I am still me, but today I am more present, more aware, and above all, happier.
Love transformation journeys that move you? Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more on losing weight stories.